now heading into the season of the year when your Facebook feed is going to be filled with engagement announcements. Christmas is one of the most popular times for proposals, which means wedding planning will immediately follow. And today we're getting a sneak peek at the trends for the 2023 season. Event planner Kat Gaines joins us. Always great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Kat just returned from that huge wedding expo in Vegas. So tell us, what did you see is the biggest trend for 2023?
I think the biggest trend that we're going into 2023 would be retro and disco weddings.
You brought a disco ball. Are we literally talking disco balls?
We're literally talking disco balls. We're talking an inexpensive way to bring a lot of light and to bring a lot of shine to your wedding, as well as a lot of colors coming back into it. It's very exciting since over the last 2 years we've been seeing a little bit more of a simplicity and people are starting to go all out.
Why do you think the retro look is coming back into popularity as we look at some of these photos?
I think it's the joy. I really do. I think for the last 2 years, everybody has really been holding back a little bit with their weddings. These dresses are much more like mix and match retro themed. This is the disco ball with the tons of color from the ceiling. This is a vintage dress that she's wearing with lots of bright colors. You can also get stuff from vintage shops, like I believe that her tux was from a vintage shop. It's just a way to really pull in, like it's a completely new trend era that we're walking into, which is so exciting for the 23-24 season.
Are you seeing any trends kind of fade away? I know like blush and the pinks were so popular
I think blush and pink will always be in.
Really?
They're always going to have the brides that like that, but I think it's exciting to see people are going to step out a little bit more into this color, this new world of color. And we have so many great venues in St. Louis, like Wild Carrot, Lorna, the Noble, that have this super vintage look to start with. So you add a few disco balls and some some hanging stuff.
Speaking of venues, how is availability? Has everything kind of caught up since the pandemic? I mean, there were so many postponements there.
There was a lot of postponements, and for about 2 years, we did have kind of like a backup where people were really booking their weddings early. But I feel like we've kind of caught up a little bit. We have opened a bunch of new venues here in St. Louis, which are helping with that. But I feel like brides are having an easier time. October is always going to be super popular, but other months are easier to find.
What about inflation? I mean, it seems like everything else is skyrocketing in price. Are weddings too?
Well, the grocery store is bad, but luckily I don't think weddings have quite hit that yet. We have had flour inflation has been going on for the last 2 years. I think that's something that's going to stay with us a while, but we haven't yet to see the overall price of everything kind of take a hike. I can't say in the next 2 years it's going to stay that way, but as of right now for people booking weddings, prices are similar to what they were a year ago.
All right, well, Kat Gaines, thank you so much for joining us. It's fun to see something a little different for wedding season.
Awesome.
Very fun.